Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lockdown Podcast. I am John, your host, and I am joined by my friend Matt.
Hello there.
Now, we're talking over Discord, obviously, because everyone's in lockdown. We can't talk or record in person, which is why I've kind of changed the podcast for that. We're going to talk about how it's roughly affected us, stuff like that, and what we've been doing in lockdown, how that can link into, because we're both big gamers. We've been kind of using our time to just catch up on stuff and enjoy some free time with that. So first thing, just ask Matt, what have you been up to?
Not a lot really. Still at work because I'm the job I work in. I'm classed as a key worker, so I'm still pretty much business as usual.
Ah, the donut factory. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Hey,
um,
donut very important part of our resolve at the minute.
keeping the morale up, especially if it's America. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, coffee and donuts all the way. It's what keeps civil service. People
what
absolutely
is it
off game.
still? Is that what you're doing? I can't remember what you're doing at the minute. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, so I can't really say too much about what I do, but basically I help people with money claims, evictions, sorting out
Ah, yeah,
paperwork,
yeah.
yeah, general admin stuff. Obviously, we have been affected quite a lot. Um, a lot of people I do know are currently working from home because they've either got health conditions or family members. Myself, I'm still going into the office. I've not had any sort of special arrangements made for myself as I feel I don't really need
Not
to.
vulnerable.
Um,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I've noticed, because obviously I'm at university, obviously we finished earlier. Most education's closed. I don't think kids have been in school for 6 weeks now, so I don't think they're going to end up going back. So they're on a gigantic summer holidays. Education's been affected, and to link into obviously we want to make this about gaming as well because we're both into that. Every industry's been affected. Like games have been pushed back, movies have been pushed back. Um, like even things like loan repayments, credit, everything like that, it's just been put on hold. Council tax, everything has just been affected.
It
And,
is crazy, but I mean, when you look at it, I mean, from my personal experience, there have been some silver linings. I mean, where we where we work, we have to use a council car park, which they're very nicely because they recognise as key workers. Is they've stopped us having to pay for the pay and display until further
yeah,
notice,
little
which is great because it saves me £120 a month, which I can use for
small
other things.
mercies.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Um,
yeah,
you
it's
know, it's silver linings. I mean, people who have got mortgages to worry about.
if you
Stuff like
happen to,
that.
just been behind, like I've I've just moved back in with family, so it gives me help to catch up on stuff. Obviously, it's horrible that it's at the end of the day it's killing people and it's making people ill, and it makes me worried because my parents are obviously older.
Mm.
You've got older people in your family. I think everyone's been affected and stuff, and there's just again to go kind of back to focus 'cause we intend to kind of mainly talk about how it's affected gaming and the news about that because we used to a podcast back in the day, and it's just obviously it might not be the most important thing, but literally while you're stuck at home, you're normally going to fall back on your normal hobby, whereas a lot of
Mm.
people watch movies, watch Netflix, they might read, they might exercise the hell out of themselves now because
I think
I just
there's nothing else to do. I mean, I
yeah,
think I think
because it's not
generally,
so many big
it's,
events as well. I mean, music wise, in the UK we have Download, that's been
mm,
cancelled. You had I don't know if Reading and Leeds has happened or has been cancelled.
I think they're pretty much going to be cancelled now until further notice.
That whole if people were paying attention to if they were big on the emo rock scene, like My Chemical Romance, they had dates reunion all set up. That's all been pushed back to next year. Um, Other events like Comic Con, pushed back right back. Eurogamer,
and
that's
Oxford Air Show.
yeah. You've got Grand National, which is apparently going to be all online. Gambling wise, you bet on the horse, and they're going to do a virtual race No idea how that's going to happen. Like, that's not essential, though.
So basically, we're going to turn the whole living rooms into Bedford.
Yeah, everyone's just going to be like. I mean, it'll be interesting because it's just like everyone's just change. Like everything is online. Like what was it called? There was like the Parliament thing that was like all online.
Oh yeah, the virtual parliament, which almost sounds like a really fun app you can download.
A virtual Parliament simulator. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
Speaking
things we
of,
want.
like I said, speaking of simulators,
Oh yeah.
that's what me and Matt have been kind of playing. Like you've always been into your like aviation, aircraft, stuff like that, and
Mhm.
I've been trying to learn Flight Simulator on my new computer, which I bought for the lockdown, and for uni and work and all sort of like that. And my God, it's complicated.
I noticed how you said you sort of prioritize yourself. That he said I bought it for gaming,
Then
work, and then you sort of can really see where your priorities lie there.
Well, the thing is, gaming computers are so powerful. If they run like the latest games for like years, they're going to run stuff like Photoshop, editing software, OBS, which is what I'm doing this on. Like they're gonna, run everything, and it's just nice to have a beefy machine. But
Mm.
I think it's just the older you get, you like the technical side of things. Like, I never would have played Flight Simulator with you 10 years ago. Like you go from like gaming appetites and stuff like that. Especially in lockdown, I've been like craving playing stuff that's like story based because you can take your time. You can literally sit there for 10 hours if you wanted and play a game. Whereas
Which is
normally,
why,
the older you
that's why
get,
I
you
kind
can't.
of prefer the open world.
Yeah, the older you get, you don't have the time to sit there and play like The Witcher. Like it's like 300 hours. Like you'll never finish it. Like it's bite-sized games or online, just jumping in for a few games, or something like Flight Simulator, like we've been playing. You can literally choose to do a 10-minute flight or do a 10-hour uh,
Long haul
long haul thing. Yeah,
intercontinental.
and
Yeah.
it sounds boring, and to be honest, you can't explain it in a non-boring way. But if you look at something like the one we've been playing is 2006 because it's just cheaper and easier to run on most things. But the latest one, 2020, it's the most demanding game in history. It looks real to life. And what was it you said? It uses Google.
Yeah, so it's Microsoft have kind of used all the tools at their disposal. Really, they're using it off Bing Maps
Oh,
to basically use it as a base layer. So effectively, what they're saying is, with time and development, obviously once all the creases are going to be ironed out, because we know that with a game of this magnitude coming, there's bound to be some little hiccups or patches needed. But they're saying that then eventually there is a possibility you will be able to fly over your house. Which will be really bad for me because I was supposed to clean up the guttering last year. So
they'll find out.
out.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
But
like I said, the more demanding games is why I went with my PC. Like games like we've got upcoming Cyberpunk, which is another thing from CD Projekt Red, which made The Witcher. You've got the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I'm super excited about.
Oh yes.
It's just.
I literally want to run around screaming, "I am a Viking."
If you've not watched the trailer, I suggest you go and watch that. Like Ubisoft have been on a real like push up. Like they suffered for a while and they've created like better games. Like Odyssey was really good, and obviously
since the kind of the new generation, because
PS4,
the first sort of jump they had was Assassin's Creed Unity, which graphics-wise and atmospherics was absolutely fantastic. I mean, before in those games, a riot was basically 10 NPCs which kind of pretty much all look the same, and it actually feels like there's a proper revolution happening. Whereas beforehand, say in Assassin's Creed 3, it was like
20
10
people,
in a crowd, sort of just shouting politely, "We are aggrieved."
yeah.
And then you sort of move on to full-scale mobs and looting and things like that. It was a really big step. I was actually very impressed, and just sort of the atmospherics of it as well, the layering and the detail that went
Yeah,
into
like the
it.
whole aesthetics to when they like it's just because I've been looking into RTS games with another friend Jordan, and like we were looking at them, and there's one called Anno 1800, and
Mm.
that is like super high end, performance, managing islands, and like each island has different resources on, and then you have something we were looking at like Total War games. Um, and then we even found something like cartoony called 8-bit armies, and it's like your typical four people playing and you attack each other tower defense kind of thing.
Mm.
Like and yeah, it's just a massive difference now. Like I
I've
start
always wondered what's happened to Age of Empires, because the last game I saw, it must have been released about, probably about, about 10 years
it's
ago.
been a lot
Yeah.
on Steam, which is like the PC library thing.
Mhm.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition released, and like no end of people I know are playing it. It's obviously the old version, but they've kind of up-resed it so it works on like modern things, and yeah,
I
like
think
there's
the
just
last one they did, it was sort of fighting over the New World in different parts of America, so you could basically have like
yeah, they had
American Revolution, things like that. But
the
it just
one.
seems to have gone quiet all of a sudden. It seems to be like most of the games that sort of under the Microsoft
It has
flash.
been very, very quiet for like games for like a what, like January till this year, January till about May. There was not really much, or January to April. Cause that, well, this is like getting into things I don't play, like the Final Fantasy remake, which is like a whole controversy in itself because it's not the full game. It's like part one, and then
Hmm.
Square Enix are releasing parts to make it a bigger game. I'm not really sure. Not really big. I know someone who's played it and said it's like really good, but because you don't have the nostalgia for it,
Hmm.
it's not my thing. Whereas Destroy All Humans remake is coming
Oh,
out in
yes.
July, and that is something from my childhood. Because who doesn't want to just probe American soldiers? So that'll
That's probably
be
for that's probably a different podcast after the 9 p.m. watershed, John.
yeah,
Yeah,
lockdown podcast after dark probing special.
and our love of gaming comes in because a lot of people, even if the weather is literally brimstone and fire, they'll still probably go out for a good old-fashioned sesh. Whereas people like you and me would probably prefer a nice, quiet, gaming.
Yeah, I prefer like it's not even if like I said, just gaming. If you like reading books or watching films or knitting, whatever you
Oh,
like doing, like it's a perfect time for like when you always go, oh, I've not got time for this. I've not got time for this. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. Like now you have the time. Like it's life has paused completely. like,
mm.
um, but yeah,
If you
like
look at okay, it's an absolute disaster, you know, worldwide crisis, what's happening. But I think if you look at the silver linings in there, people are finding more time to do things they enjoy.
board games, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't really see if there being you know, a fantastic ratings of Monopoly.
No, Monopoly ends in
They are.
blood.
You're playing Monopoly. Oh, sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't pay you. £200 because I've had to go because I'm flooded in it. And oh, I saw you leaving your house on Piccadilly Lane. That's
yeah,
bail straight away.
Monopoly lockdown edition.
I mean, God knows how
But
many arguments, snakes and ladders this would cause.
yeah, it's just it's one of them things where it's you don't know when it's going to end, so you kind of making the most of it, but at the same time, like you want to be grateful. Like the worst situation is we're bored. Like you could be in a hospital, like you could have just lost someone. And I know a few people, like personally, like celebrity wise on Twitter, like they've said they've lost people, and it's awful. But it's just why you want to try and like not think about it, but enjoy it. That's like so. We've been playing like games together. I mean, if I had some more spare money, I'd probably take up guitar again. That'll probably be something
Mm.
to do when I go into my degree level later in the year.
Anyway, so maybe.
like, yeah, like, and but one of the funniest things, like I said, try and end on a high. Like some of the hilarious things I've seen of like just memes of you're an introvert. There's a pandemic, and nothing's changed. I'm still inside gaming, just longer. So. But yeah, that's where I kind of end our first episode into like a podcast. This is specifically like a lockdown episode because just talk about how it's affecting people. Try and get some more people next time. And thanks to Matt for joining me in our little miniature podcast of madness.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you guys next time. We hope you enjoyed it and check out things in the future. Bye bye.